Hi, I'm not at home. Don't worry about any noise you hear. If you're a guy and you've recently been asked how often do you think about the Roman Empire, guess what? You're part of an involuntary social experiment. One that, if you do it right, will help you understand yourself and your partner a little bit better. Pay attention, please. If you're being asked that question, it's the same as being asked, what are you thinking about? And then you're responding, thinking about nothing. She's not really asking what you're thinking about, she's just trying to connect to you. It's a trend because the responses have been so uniformly weird. I want to point out two particular behavior patterns here. One I'm going to call infinite regressive verification, and the other I'll explain later. Infinite regressive verification is when you say something that in general should be true, but every time that you have to go back and explain what you're saying, something feels shaky. It's like saying, yeah, I washed the dishes, and you did wash the dishes, except you didn't dry the dishes nor put them in the dishwasher. You just washed them and put them back in the sink. You have to explain that you put them back in the sink even though you washed them, and then have to go back and explain that your version of washing it might not match with theirs, and at some point a disagreement, a miscommunication, a misunderstanding is going to evolve from it. A lot of men try to sidestep this by just making what sounds right fit in that box. You get caught in a lot of lies that way because now you're unintentionally telling lies. Because you're telling lies. You're full of shit. Even if you didn't intend to be. Which is why this Roman Empire thing has been getting weird responses. You don't actually think about the Roman Empire that often. It is very commonly referred to because it's a very big point in ancient history, but you don't think about ancient history unless you're a history buff, history nerd, somehow obsessed with it, or constantly studying it. Your daily life does not involve the Roman Empire. Symbols therefrom are also harvested elsewhere. The eagle was just as important to the Sumerians as to the Romans. It's on our fucking quarters. It's not unique. Neither is the bull, nor is Latin as a language. But that second behavior, our segmentation of time, might be the problem here. There's a difference in the biological clock of male and female bodies. I see my entire life as one long timeline with episodes popping up on it so that I can go back and look at and maybe understand the timeline in between. Me and a calendar have always been at war, but that's a basic understanding. Women and those who have uteruses and periods tend to have to keep track of that shit. So segmentation by month makes a lot more sense. It's a lot easier to think about how often a woman may be thinking about something in accurate terms by segmenting out how often does she think about something in a month. You, as a guy, are probably thinking of your whole life at once and thinking of how many episodes of that thought have occurred. And if something's occurred to you more than 20 times, yeah, it feels like a lot. So it's going to feel like it's something that should be coming up a lot. If you don't journal, you're not going to have granular details of your daily experience. So all of it's going to bleed together. And if you commonly think about the Roman Empire when thinking about historical elements, maybe. And if someone gives you a thought route that then leads you back to the tree of Rome, maybe. But that's not going to happen every day. It might not even happen every week. Shit might not even happen every year. So if you truly do think about the Roman Empire on a weekly basis, there should probably be something about your life that is focused on the Roman Empire. Otherwise, check your answer to that question, because you may be locked in a behavior of infinite regressive verification. Catch yourself in these behavior patterns. Otherwise, you're going to lock yourself into much, much stupider lies that you don't even know you're telling. Take care.